what's up? I'm supposed to be on the road going to Utah, but I've only got 3 training days left till competition. So I got to do this before I hit the road. Hoo-wee. And then when I get back from Utah, I got to do bench press. That'll be Friday. I don't normally train this early in the morning, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do, right? Powerlifting. I'll be doing I'm competing on March 15th, so that leaves today's heavy squats. I got 3 training days left: squat, bench, and then deadlift, and that'll determine my openers. Currently, I'm ranked number 1 in the world for my weight and age. So far, my lifts have been going really well. Today, I'm supposed to go up to 600 for 4. And I gotta be honest with you, I'm not feeling it. I think it's early, so I don't normally train at this time, so I'm a little out of my schedule. My bench has been kind of iffy. I did 345 for 5 yesterday or the day before, and it moved pretty well. So, but I've been having little pains in my arm, and that scares me because it reminds me of when I blew my shoulder out. Thanks, Cameron. So, I will be attempting the USPA national records for my weight class. Whether I get them or not remains to be seen. And now I'm just warming up. I'm using the camber bar, which makes the squat a little bit harder because it moves the center of gravity forward a little. It makes you sit more like a front squat. But it's easier on the arms. And I've been having a little tendonitis, so. Ian, what's up? You 365 deadlift, nice. 50-pound PR, outstanding. Do you got enough subs to be doing vertical live streams yet, Ian? How many kilograms? I don't know. You're holding a phone right now and you have the wealth of human information that aggregated in the palm of your hand, and you want me to do math for you? Fucking look it up. Sure, I'll just take time out of my workout to calculate for you. I don't know. I think, what is it? Kilograms you times 2.5, is that right? You want some... Splend, what's up? 2.206, Jarhead in the house. Semper Fi, brother. Nice. When do you start working out, at what age? Well, if you're talking about this kind of training, when I turned 38, 39, 40, somewhere in there. I had my first powerlifting competition at the age of 40. So I got a late start. Are you wearing pants? Hell no. What would I wear pants for? 200 kilograms? 600 pounds is... You're gonna make me look it up? I'll bring up my browser and I'll calculate it for you, since you can't be bothered to use your own device. 600 kg to or lbs to kg. I want to say it's like 295 or something like that. 272. So my opening attempt will be 611. Will be 277, and I will be attempting just a hair under 300 kilograms. So hopefully I'll get a 300 kilogram squat. That'll put me in the, that'll take the national record. I need 294.83 kilograms to beat the national record. Would you? Oh, are you talking about what's on the bar now? Oh yeah, that's 405 pounds. Don't make me. Don't make me work. Praetorian. Well, it remains to be seen, but I haven't lifted it yet. It's all talking shit until I actually do it. I got right around 620 in competition the last time. And I went for I want to say like a 680 or 690 pound squat, and I had it. I had the strength, but I came out of the groove. I stepped forward. So if you move your feet at all, the lift doesn't count. And then the guys came in, and the spotters freaked out and grabbed the weight from me. It didn't matter; it wouldn't have counted anyways. But the weight was going up. I had it. I was grinding it a little bit, and I just lost my balance. And it's like one of those, like, damn, like, hey, every competition, you hear these powerlifters and they say like, oh, I went for 9 for 9. I got all my lifts. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Why would you do that? Like, first attempts, you get a number that'll keep you in the meet. It needs to be low enough that if you're not feeling good, or you got jet lag, or you didn't refeed properly after weighing in, doing a water cut, or whatever the case is, you pick a weight that's low enough that you can get any day of the week, no matter how you're feeling, but it needs to be high enough where you don't have to make a huge jump to your second attempt. So it's kind of playing a numbers game. I go with something I could bench twice comfortably. Your second attempt should be what the numbers you're going for. So if you want to hit a certain meet total to get on record, that's your second attempt. And your third attempt should be going for records. That's where you just say, screw it, and you go for it. So most of my third attempts, I bomb. Like, very, very rarely do I have a 9 for 9 meet. Now, if you break a record on your third attempt, you can go for a fourth attempt, which doesn't count to your total, but it does count towards the records. And every single competition I've ever had, I've had at least one fourth attempt. Why did I start lifting late? I was a overweight alcoholic drug addict, and when I got sober, I started training to have something healthy to do. And then I met these powerlifters, and they're like, hey, you're pretty strong, and next thing you know, they got me entered into a meet, and kind of like, that's the bridged version of it. I mean, there's more to it than that, but basically I met some powerlifters and they got me addicted to the sport, and I turned out to be pretty good at it. So will doing weightlifting and 200 burpees kill my gains? Well, what are you trying to accomplish, Darius? Because no, I don't see why it would. I mean, what if your goal is to have a maximum lift, like if you're trying to power lift and your goal is a 1 rep max, anything that's going to cut into your recovery can hurt you. So you kind of want to, I mean, doing burpees by themselves isn't going to hurt you, but if you're doing way too much volume, you're going to eventually, it's going to affect your top end, your very top end peak strength, but that has more to do with your ability to recover than anything. What's up, Vashu? From India, hell yeah. 100 kilograms for 45 reps. See, that's we do that for conditioning. When I get done powerlifting, I go into what's called conditioning, and I'll drop the weight to like 50% of my 1 rep max and do like reps up to 50. And rarely can you do them in a row, but you do however many sets you need to get to 50 reps. But we'll do that for like 3 or 4 weeks. So if I can get 50 on my first set, you're done. If I do 20, and then maybe 18, and then 15, and 10, and whatever. You tracking calories? I don't really need to. I've been in the same weight class for 10 years, and I just kind of know my body. It's like I stop eating when I'm not hungry. And I'm actually 6 pounds over right now. But if I come in a little heavy, I'll do a water cut. 5 days before competition, you start drinking 2 gallons of water, and then 1 day right before your weigh-in, you just fast. And if you're under 10 pounds, you only need to fast for like, I don't know, 12, 15, 18 hours. If you got to drop a lot of weight, you might have to fast for like 24 hours. But if it's like 5, 6 pounds, that's nothing. Just don't eat the day before. Don't drink any liquids. And then when you go weigh in, as soon as you make your weight, then you start chugging water and eating like donuts and stuff. Replenish all that sugar that's burned off. I'm supposed to be driving to Utah, Matt. I was supposed to be on the road like an hour ago. Semper Fi. What's up, John? Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. You know, the little tiny bit of money I make on YouTube actually pays for my competition expenses. It was $300 to do this meet, and it's local, so I don't need to travel or anything. But it gets pretty expensive. Like, you know, everything's more. Dude, it used to be like $80 to enter a meet, and now it's like $120 to enter Masters, which is over 40, and then I cross enter in the open division, so there's another $40, and then I also cross enter into the deadlift only and bench only, so I could set records in all those. The only reason why I cross enter in the open is in the off chance I actually do beat the younger guys and I get a podium placement. I think that's pretty cool. We got some old dude up there. Like the last 2 competitions, not only did I had the highest total of the meet, so I beat everybody regardless of age or weight. But those are local meets, and you know, a lot of times you don't have the big celebrity lifters at local meets. It's just, you know, we had like 100 lifters, and for me to be the strongest guy at a competition is kind of weird, to be honest with you, because in Vegas we used to get like, you know, Brandon Allen and the 5% guys, you know, like Rich Piano's guys, and then we had who they have, the Dragon's Lair dudes, and we used to have like 800-pound squatters, you know, big 300-pound dudes deadlifting 900+ pounds, and then you got my old ass up there squatting 600 pounds, which might be impressive for a 50-year-old, but it's like, you know, like, Make a little timer here. I gotta make sure I can't take too much time today. How do you get big traps? You know what? That's one. Almost every single stream, people have been asking me how to work traps out. That's a weird one. I don't really do anything to train traps. I do a lot of heavy deadlifts and rows and that kind of thing. But there's one little trick you can do. Instead of shrugs, when you're doing your overhead presses, you got your bar right, you press up. At the top, do an additional press. Probably can't see it because I'm wearing this hoodie, but this hits the traps directly. And I think it's far, far, far superior to shrugs, because when you're doing shrugs, you're in a compromised position, and it's really hard to get a good eccentric. Whereas when you're pressing overhead, you can get a lot better squeeze out of it, a lot better contraction out of the muscle, and you get a better stretch too. Because if you look at the anatomy, the traps are super thin. They are really, really thin sheets that cover mostly the upper latissimus dorsi or whatever. Scapula, no, so you go, what do they call it? Matt, help me out here. Scapularis, the upper bactoid. Your upper bactoids are covered by your traps. It's just a little triangle on each side. So if you're doing lots of rows, lots of deadlifts, that's going to make your traps look bigger than just doing shrugs. Thank you, John. Hello from Czech Republic, Michael. Ryak, are you taking any performance-enhancing supplements? Oh, yeah. Dude, I'm 50. Of course I am. I know some natty guys that are my age, but yeah. Why do that to yourself? Let's see. Thank you, Praetorian. I am tired ASF today. Yeah, I am too, brother. My wife's in the house. What's up, baby? She's my manager and my moderator. Thank you, Mayhem. Tina's got looks like a penguin there. Mac the Gifted, what's your point of view about back overhead press? I love the back overhead press. So as you guys know, I blew my shoulder out in 2023. Like, it came out of the socket. Like, I was going for a heavy bench and it started tearing, and I was lucky because I bailed on the weight, so I didn't tear it fully. So the weight, the lift that I use to rehab that is Hansa Moomin and Prophet Fear turned me onto it. It's called the Hansen press. And you want to start really lightweight. This is a 20-pound, 1-inch standard barbell. I'm going to take a really wide grip, and it's an extreme range of motion. If you notice, it rotates the arms, and like, look at what the shoulder does when I do this. So it rotates the entire shoulder, and so not only will this put you in a compromised position, and it'll enhance all those little tiny support muscles around the labrum, but it's also super great for hypertrophy. So meaning this could be the last shoulder exercise you have to do. You still need to isolate the rear delts though. So I like face pulls for that, or something like that. So now the rear delts are tricky because the rear delt is a support muscle. Meaning once you get to a certain weight, the back takes over. So to isolate the rear delt, you want to use really light weight, and you just want to do that range of motion. Because if you any more than that, and you're taking over with your lats. I have a rotator cuff. Overhead's not possible for everyone. You tore a rotator cuff. Yeah. Dude, labrum tears are a bitch, man, and they're super common. But that's how I rehab my shoulder. So, I mean, I literally started with like a broomstick and I just stretched. So, when you start light, it's a physical therapy movement. And all we're trying to do is get our range of motion back. Once I started adding weight, I noticed that my shoulders started getting bigger. And so, for 2 or 3 months, I did an experiment and I just did that lift with mild progression, meaning I only put 10 pounds on each side of that barbell, and I started doing a really high rep. And not only did I get my mobility back, you could like touch your hands in the back there and do all that stuff. I no longer have any shoulder pain, so it worked really good for me. But that's something, if you don't know what's going on with your labrum or your cuff, you really want to get an MRI done so you can kind of see what the damage is. I'll have to try that because my shoulders are pathetic. Shoulders are rough, man. I don't really do a lot of overhead presses because it doesn't really translate to my bench. I mostly do them just for aesthetics and just to, maintain balance. Yeah, it's a lot of guys have messed up shoulders, and it's like you almost want to focus on rehabbing and forget about weightlifting, and one will take care of the other, if that makes sense. Georgie's in the house. What's up? Yeah, Christo NPB Capone. Uh, Dude, screw cardio. Who needs cardio? What do you need heart health for? Just lift, bro. How long you train? Like 10 years. You're fat, buddy. Hell yeah. What's up, Josh? I thought you were calling me fat. Aren't those barbells for bench press? The camber bar? No, I can use that for anything. So in this, it does a couple of things. It mimics like a safety squat bar a little bit. And because of that camber, it moves the center of gravity forward. So it makes you sit a little more upright, like a high bar squat or a front squat. And it changes the leverages on your moment arm between your hips and your knee, so it makes the lift a little bit more quad dominant. I'm using it because I got a little tendonitis going on, and it's just easier to hold. But ideally, you would train with that, do low bar squats with that, and then when you go to the regular barbell, you'll find that you'll unlock superpowers. English or Spanish? Johnny, what's up? Let's see, we got VM Kumar from India. What's up? Messi or Ronaldo? I couldn't tell you. Thanks for explaining. Someone told me it's for better full range of motion on bench. It is, yes, yeah. You get extended range of motion. It really stretches your pectoral muscles out. It's awesome. I love the camber bar. You can use it for a ton of stuff. You can do rows with it, and it extends your range of motion on rows. I would buy just a cheap old cap, $180, maybe $200. Nothing fancy. Give me a second. I'll be right back. All right. Sorry about that. Wind's picking up, babe. Now, because I'm using this bar, I'm supposed to go to 600 for a set of 4. This might make that a little more difficult because it moves you forward a little. But we're still going to go for it anyway. How much caffeine do you drink these days? My wife says you need to drink more water. And I said, dude, I drink like 2 gallons of water a day. I just filter it through coffee grounds first. How much it weighs? Right now there's 545 on the bar. What do you do for elbow tendonitis? So this is normally like a knee band, but you can compress the tendon with ace bandages or whatever, and that'll help you like mitigate the pain. But what I found to be really helpful is that my wife is a massage therapist, and she dug into me and she got both connection points. Because you got, so that, it depends on what type of elbow tendonitis you have. You got your major connection point here, which is common for people that are hitting stuff, boxing, that kind of thing. And then you got the tendonitis for your bicep connection points, and like when you're squatting, your arms are locked in, and that's what's holding the weight up. So you got the weight goes across your rear delts, and then your arms lock in. So when the weight's super heavy, it puts a lot of torque on the arms, and it can kind of start hurting in here. And I put a little pressure on it, and just you don't want to cut off circulation, but just something to snug against it, and that really helps mitigate it. Thoughts on creatine? Creatine's awesome. I probably take 5 grams a day. It's creatine. If you look at what creatine does, and my wife will correct me if I'm wrong here, but you got the mitochondria, which is the powerhouse of the cells. What the ATP cycle for energy production, creatine directly affects that. But what is the mechanism? I'm trying to think here. She wrote a paper on it. Well, regardless, what it does basically gives you more energy. It's not anabolic. A lot of people have under the mistaken, or they think creatine's anabolic, and it's not. It does not produce more muscle tissue. But what it does do is it gives you more energy, so you can go harder. You can get an extra rep or two, which does affect hypertrophy, which will increase strength and muscle tissue. For a lot of people, it retains fluids, so it makes the muscles look bigger. And you kind of get that pumped look, which is a lot of people like. So they look bigger in the mirror, they look better, and you're getting stronger. You got more energy. For a power lifter, creatine's kind of like a no-brainer because it's legal and it's proven. It's one of the most researched compounds. That's like the only research compound, to be honest with you, where they get good, solid, peer-reviewed studies over a long period of time. So it's a well-known compound, and there's really no downside to taking it. Some people complain about digestive issues. I don't know. I mean, I suppose there's people allergic to everything. But if you tolerate it, I would definitely use it. Can you do my school homework? Possibly. I'm like, you look like Quaritch from Avatar. Thank you, I think. Malang, what did Malang do? When I want to go to Army, they will bully me there. That's no reason to not do something. You gotta learn to man you up a little. I got picked on my entire life. That's why I joined the Marines. It'll get you over that real quick. uh, people suck no matter where you go. Look at the YouTube's comment section. You guys have been pretty cool today, but sometimes it's like a vomitorium. How many calories do you think you eat on average? I'm right around that 3,500 when I'm training. Um, Lately, I haven't been eating as much. I do intermittent fasting. Notice you slightly shift to your right when squatting. Yeah, mine's a mechanical issue because I had a back injury. So my spine's got a curve in it. It's a little uneven. I had 48 stitches across my L5 and I lost the use of my leg. So mechanically, I'm not even. Like, if you look at my hips and my shoulders, there's a slight tilt. So I'm not a big fan of Squat University, I'll be honest with you, because I've been doing like strength coaching for a long time, and they're okay. They have a lot of good advice, but some of the stuff I disagree with them on. But what you're suggesting is a weak core, and you're not gonna squat 3.5 times your body weight with a weak core. It's not possible. You know what I mean? Like there's nothing Squat University's gonna teach me. I like dogs, dislike people. What's up? But no, I would say that's solid advice normally. I can lift more than you. Awesome. Good for you, brother. That's kind of weird that you would say that. Do you go around the gym screaming at people, I lift more than you? Ha! Does that get you a lot of dates? I bet you make a lot of friends, huh? You're like, wow, that guy doesn't have self-esteem issues. But no, that's awesome. I'm glad you lift more than me. That's kick-ass. A lot of people lift more than me. Like, that's kind of a weird thing to comment on. Let's take a look here. We got Dine Eat Diner. I'm willing to bet you can't even lift my warm-up. I just suspect you're not a strong dude. But, I mean, it's cool if you are. PBS, it is weird. I just like when I go to EOS Fitness, I'll see a guy benching, and he'll get done, and he'll rack it, and I'll walk up to him and be like, hey, what's up, man? He's like, what? He goes, I just want you to know I lift more than you. And then I stare at him, and then I walk away. That's how I make friends. I'll come back and be like, oh, I forgot, you're kind of fucking ugly, too. Cool, dude, I'll see you tomorrow. And I walk out the gym. Did that just happen? How's pregnancy going? Pretty good. Pretty good. I took a turd that looked a lot like your mom, Ernesto. I was going to take a picture of it and send it to her. Making a big ass ribeye right now. Nice. The shepherd's sheep. God bless y'all. Yeah. Awesome chat today. What you lift doesn't matter. Yeah, I know, right? Like, that's such a weird thing. Like, well, we'll be at a production meeting, and you get the project manager, and he'll bring up the Zoom, and it's usually like the owners of the project, and we're like, okay, we're going to go over the trusses for the academy and the tolerances, and what we have here is the design specs. What we'd like to do is hear from safety first. Did you notice anything on this project that we're going to have to take care of? And everyone will look at me, and I'll go, I lift more than you. And then there'll be a little bit of a quiet, and then the owner of the company will be like, that's nice, Charles. Thank you for sharing. Got him. My wife's boyfriend works our Dr. Idiot. That's a great name. Hello there, how are you? Vlad, what's up, my man? I guess that explains it. Could you beat Bill Cosby in a fight? Probably not. No, he'd probably have a chloroform rag. Although, I don't know if I'm his type. Say Boku Satu Tenchi Dokoro Chan. My wife is my wife's boyfriend's workout. My wife is my wife's boyfriend's workout. Hey, tell that motherfucker if he's gonna be Sancho or Jody, at least like wash the truck or do some chores. You know what I mean? Clean the pool. Like, contribute to the household. That's all we're asking. I have feelings for my wife's black boyfriend. Is he aware of this? Because depending, that could be a good thing. Oh shit. I didn't set my timer. Well, fuck it. In the afterlife, you'll be headed for some serious strife. First you make the scene all day, and now there'll be hell to pay. Ooh-wee. Got that little breeze coming in the garage, ruffling my tenders a little. Why garlic mayo? You know what I like to do? Not mayonnaise. Take sour cream, mix a little bit of sriracha, a touch of cayenne pepper, and some cumin, and a couple tablespoons of lime juice and some fresh garlic. Mix that shit up, and you got yourself fish taco sauce. Amen. Don't let the wind waste your fart. Right? I've been working on that all evening. Garlic actually sucks. I love garlic. Fresh garlic. I imagine it. I'm trying to imagine eating it just by itself. Do you like tacos? Like is an understatement. Do you also sell fresh farts in a jar? If somebody offers me money for it, I'll take a dump in a UPS box and ship it to you. Let's see. I don't understand how people can enjoy shit like garlic bread. Garlic bread's delicious. So you gotta put a little salt with it. A little garlic, a little salt, maybe some Parmesan cheese, and butter, and then you crisp that like in a frying pan, almost like you're making a grilled cheese sandwich. And now you got your base, and then what you do is put a little more butter on it, and then you stick it in the oven in the broiler for a couple of minutes, and just like that, because it's a big thick piece of bread. You can even then top some cheese on top of it. Oh hell yeah. Or you can just go to the store and buy a box of Texas toast and jam it in there. Take it like a bong hit. Garlic bread is delicious. My application has been accepted into a triracial love triangle. You're trying, Dr. Idiot. You're almost there. You're almost there. Keep them coming. It's like you're still in that tis range. You know what I mean? You're there though. I can see you're trying. Give me 30 seconds, guys. In the afterlife. In the afternoon. All right, all right. All right, all right. We got ya. Blosterone, Bolosterone. I don't know what that is. I'm going to start removing mad messages, peeps. You guys are annoying my wife. And she has a good sense of humor, so if you can make her laugh, you can make the cut. Let's see. Lift your max amount of pounds on stream. Well, I'm getting there. Have some patience, man. Do you just get on a toilet and squeeze as hard as you can and try to go for a hernia, or do you let it come out? You gotta work into these things. What would a breast examiner even do? I don't know the context of that question, so I'm just gonna live. If you guys, if you train without a belt and then you put one on when you start going heavy, always test it out, because you don't want it to cut into your ribs and when you got like 545, 550 on your back. That's the only problem with this bar is it doesn't have knurling in the middle. So it can slide down your back a little. Are you asking me what I do for work? I do commercial construction. No, these are shorts. Boxers have the little pee-pee hole in them. Yeah. These are actually Reebok. Um, they're like for combat sports or like bike shorts. do do do. Have you seen Dion from US Vets? No, I lost touch with Dion. I still talk to. I talked to a few of the guys. I got Steve Provost is still a really good friend of mine. He competes. There's a couple guys still in town. Uh-oh, Dr. Idiot. Looks like somebody put you on timeout. It wasn't me. Never mind, timeout is gone. How much is on the bar? 580 pounds. Terry Tibbs, love from England. What's up? Coach Jim, I live in Las Vegas. They're still talking about my shorts. Have you guys seen the singlets that powerlifters compete in? No, these are actually shorts. They're Reeboks. They don't have the little pee-pee hole in them. I was gonna wear my Marine Corps silkies. They're actually shorter than these. I couldn't find them though. You're in Cali? Where are you at, Coach? We're in California. I compete in California. I haven't done it in a while, but instead of qualifying in Vegas, we were going to Vista. They've got a gym there. They call it the Ironmongers in Vista, California. Are you natural? I'm about as natural as a Nature Valley granola bar. Do you know the other me from Las Vegas, Coach Jim? Maybe. You live in Thousand Oaks. Let me check your page out. Go to channel. Fine, let's see, it's 113. Damn, Coach. You got 8 subscribers now. Now that I subbed your channel, you got to put some updates on there. Let's see. 7 months ago. Get after it. I like to see dudes getting after it. Hell yeah. First visit Yellowstone. Cool. I'll check your videos out. You're looking good, Coach. Skibbity. Can you yell at me to do my homework, please? do your homework. I'm gonna take away your Xbox. Felt good to see you, Frankie. When's the competition? March 15th. So, my last training day will be Sunday or Saturday, and then I'll take the week off. I'll do some like bag work or whatever. Just just light stuff. Gonna start doing your videos. Awesome, dude. I respect your honesty about your steroids, Nemesis. I don't mind. So here's the thing. I don't really care. Like, the only reason I don't like talking about them is I don't like it to dominate the videos, and YouTube will demonetize me if I, I don't know at what threshold they do that, but if they perceive that I'm promoting the use of PEDs or obviously trying to sell them or stuff like that, there can be consequences for it. So that's really the only reason why I don't like openly talk about it. But as far as like, and here's the thing, it's like people will they come out and accuse me of taking things like Tren or whatever. And I don't want people to have bad information. Like nobody at the age of 50 should be taking Trenbolone, because it's not even a drug that's manufactured by a pharmacy. There's no pharmaceutical grade Tren because all the studies they've done on it, they found no medical uses for it. So the only way you can get that compound is if it's manufactured by whomever's selling it. So it's one of those things where you don't even know what you're getting because you can't get pharmacy grade. And then when I tell people that I go through a clinic and I get all my stuff done legally, even though I'm on way more than just testosterone, not way more, but more than, they don't believe that either. They're like, oh, that's a lie. You can't. It's illegal. It's not. You can get a prescription of Anadrol. You know what I mean? But it's like I like talking about it, but I can't. I got to be careful. And I don't want to promote it either. Like I've made choices. I'm willing to take risks. I'm at the age of 50. I've got young kids. I want to be around for them. But I'm also going for some records. I think that what I'm doing is reasonably healthy. I would be on TRT at the very least, regardless, just because I'm at the age of 50, and I think it improves the quality of life for most men. But I don't know. It's like there's lots of conversations to be had, but it's not. I don't want people to get the wrong idea. I was a natural lifter, 100% natural, until the age of 45 years old. Like I didn't even take creatine, and it's not even anything. It's because I was lazy. I couldn't be bothered to make shakes. You can actually see me natural. You can go look at my videos. And that first year I was making videos, I was 100% natural in those. Same weight class. I had a 1,500 pound total. Like I had the national records for the USPA and the tested division. Keep it 59. Nice. Yeah, right. The max I've ever pulled, I did on the trap bar a month ago. I did 710 for a double. On the deadlift bar, I did 685. In competition, I did 670 on record. It's like 668.9 or something. Some weird kilogram thing. There's no way that was. I don't have any merch to sell, Dungeon. What I do, because I was an illustrator. I used to draw comic books and stuff professionally. I thought about designing some T-shirts. I thought that'd be really cool. And now that I was looking at the what do you call it, the metrics to the return people that return to watch my videos, and I have like a 20% loyalty. So I got if anybody be interested, I will design some T-shirts. I'll draw them myself. I don't know what theme to draw though. I'm really big into Warhammer. Like some anime stuff, anime style shit, like Baki or like something cool like that. Now as far as programming, I don't consider myself a trainer. I mean, I know how to program, but I wouldn't feel comfortable like trying to make money off of that, because it's like, dude, I have a trainer. You know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna sell something I didn't come up with. But if I was an expert at anything, it would be barbell coaching. So like kinesiology, body mechanics, that kind of thing. We have a real scientific method for finding your natural leverages and tailoring the compound lifts specifically to your body type. And that's something I'm really, really good at. I'm a USPA certified strength coach, and I've been doing that for a very long time, and I've never charged a dime for it, but I don't know if that's something people would be interested in or need help with. Because, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess I do have services I can sell, but I never really put much thought into it. Only dance. That one was funny. The moderators just banned him for a simple joke. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. That was pretty funny. I think Guy could kick your punk asses. I don't know who Guy is. Does Guy know this? Mod, not just a simple joke. I am not going to argue with my wife. If she deleted a comment, I trust her. But Anyway, that totally derailed me. I don't even remember what we were talking about. Are you ashamed that you regularly eat dog food and then throw up all over your litter box? See, that's nah, not not quite there, Soda. You got to try again, brother. Almost clever. It's not. It's more word salad. It's not. It doesn't. It doesn't elicit a response. You should definitely make merch if you want. I'll put them in timeout because he was spamming. Ah, okay. My dog got stung by a bee. That sucks. You seem like a cool dude. Why did they delete that one? Imagine your wife feels powerful being a mod on. Don't argue with my wife, please. Give me a second, guys. I'm gonna have a word with her real quick. All right, sorry about that. I just had a chat with my wife to find out what was going on, and I didn't see that he had called her a Karen. I would have banned him right then and there. So my wife and I are a team. She's my training partner, and right now she's recovering from a hip injury, so she's laid up in the bedroom. Otherwise, she'd probably be out here with me. And she kind of manages. Like, I make the money, and she manages the money. Like, we're a team. We're together, 100%. And I don't put up with people talking shit to my wife. Now, the joke I saw wasn't offensive. I actually thought it was funny. So I was confused, and I went and talked to her, and it's like, no, don't argue with my wife, guys. Don't. I mean, I'm always going to have her back. There's not a scenario that exists where I'm not going to take her side. So you guys can make fun of me all you want. I don't give a shit. But don't pick fights with the wife. Christina is my wife. No, normally you guys are usually pretty vicious to me. That flag is tore the fuck up, and my son's gonna burn it in a Boy Scout flag burning ceremony. I got a new one I need to put out front, but I'm gonna wait till these winds die down because it'll just tear it up again. The winds out in Vegas get really bad, and the flags don't last long. But I'm not gonna let it touch the ground, so it's gonna hang there until he's ready. Thank you, Vivid Rose. No, nobody's getting suspended or banned. The only reason why he got kicked is because he called her name. Specifically, he called her a Karen. um, I know you guys are usually pretty fucking ruthless to me. And I try to encourage, maybe I encourage it a little too much. You know what I mean? It's like kind of like, the way I look at it is you can't really do anything about the trolls, so you could at least try to go at it with them. That is 680 pounds ALW. I'm new here. How long's it been since you got a hair transplant? I shave my nuts. It's like, it's so funny. Like, hair transplant. That's all natural, my friend. I'm surprised I haven't lost it yet, to be honest with you. And if I go bald, I'm gonna rock it bald. I'm gonna get a bunch of fucking body tattoos and try to like imitate Wes Watson or something. God, could you even imagine? The guy's got fucking San Diego on his head. Like, that makes him what a retard. All right. Why do you look like a coke dealer? I used to sell meth. Brad Macy, I'm jealous. I'm 30, just starting to bald. Nothing crazy noticeable. I've got all my teeth and all my hair. I don't know what the fuck to tell you because I don't take care of either of them. Guys, okay, I'm looking at some of the comments that one time I fell in a sewer pipe, took me seriously. Okay, so my mods are instructed to thin out spam. So if somebody repeats themselves, or if they tell lame jokes over and over again, like if they're not funny. Now that's subjective, I understand. But I trust my mods, they got my back. I would just don't. My wife's not in a good mood right now. She's pissed off. The guy called her a Karen, and I would have banned him if I saw that comment. So I'm just gonna suggest that you just leave her alone, okay? She's awesome. If you guys get to know her, she kicks ass. I've been married to her for 13 years, and she's a fucking warrior. That woman, I'll tell you what, right now, like I'm the one that's passive, you know, like if we get it like in public, you know, somebody like she's the one you need to watch out for, you know what I mean? Like if there's something goes down, we got in a car accident, this Tesla ran down the shoulder of there was no lane there, and I didn't see him in my mirror, so I started getting over and I bumped him. He was going so fast, I actually hit his rear quarter panel. Luckily there was a cop behind us. Well, the guy gets out of the Tesla, and he's everything you expect from a Tesla driver. He's got the popped collar on a polo shirt and the fake tan, and his girl's got all fake old boobies and makeup, and she looks like one of the Kardashians. Just like, you know, there's stereotypes for a reason, and this guy was just checking off all the boxes. Well, Christina went to him to exchange information, and he starts talking shit to her. And I get out of the truck, and he gets really quiet and goes back into the car. He sees me and he freaks out. And I'm looking at him like, bro, I'm not the one you need to worry about. Her, she's gonna knife your ass. You know, like I thought I was gonna have to break up her beating the shit out of this dude. And then luckily there was a cop right there, so he came up and he took care of it. But I was like, bro, you don't need to be worried about me at all. Like, if anything, I'm gonna save your ass from getting your eyes clawed out. Do 100 push-ups. No. All right. I'm stalling. I need to get this shit done because I'm supposed to be on the road to Utah. All right. That was my last warm-up. Now I get into my working set. I need to do... Where's my spreadsheet? Okay. Come on, you slowpoke. I got my laptop right here. I want to say I got to do 600 for 4 reps. I believe that's what I saw. Oh shit. Uh, 5:30, week 5. I have to do 1 to 4 reps, a minimum of 1 to, and then if I do 4, that means I'm going to open up with, my opener will be 610 probably. I could go for a record for my opener. If I get 4 reps, I can. Do you do cardio? Only if I have to. So, I train Muay Thai, right? And obviously, my cardio sucks right now. So I was hitting the bag last night, and I was like gassing out with just doing some combo drills. So right now, my cardio is at its worst. I've been really honing in on strength training. Once I'm done with competition, I'll start really diving into cardio and body weight and stuff like that. Really healing the body, getting my lungs back, getting into better overall physical condition. So it's like right now I'm as strong as I've ever been in my entire life, but I have shitty cardio. I'm a little overweight. The knees, the joints hurt. It's like, we have a goal. Our goal is to lift as much as possible for 1 rep. So my max is right now, well, I'm going to find out with squats. If I can hit this for 4 reps, that puts me right around the 650 pound. The most I've ever squat was 685. The most I've ever deadlifted was 710. The most I've ever benched was 425. I did 475 with a slingshot, but that doesn't count. That was still pretty cool though. I don't know who you are, Mode. If I see you around a lot, I will consider it. Right now it's 600 pounds on the bar, YouTube agent. Shoulder press it. Yeah, right. Will you ever train calisthenics? I was doing calisthenics yesterday. Greetings from Scotland, Carol George. Ian, why is it so important to you to see me do calisthenics? Like, why does that matter to you? I'm so pissed today. What's the best way to take it out? Dude, hit some weights, man. Get angry. This thing is not working for me. Calisthenics, no weightlifting? No, that's never going to happen. There's never going to be, like, unless I physically can't lift weights, if something happens, I will always be weightlifting. Let's see. Yeah, okay. Let's see. I'm actually very good at getting my fast right. I'm just looking actual help with broken metabolism if it exists. Looks unlikely. Well, what are you trying to help with? What do you need help with, Layla? And I apologize if I missed your question. I do intermittent fasting. When you say getting your metabolism right, what are we talking about? Give me some context. If I can't help you, there's people in the chat that can. Notably my wife. DMHA. Do you take supplements with DMHA? Let me look that up. Fat burner. Hexylamine. DMA banned by sports governments due to safety concerns. No, I don't use stimulants at all. So I don't. I mean, coffee, caffeine. I don't mess around with fat burners. This is all just diet, being the same weight for 10 years. It's easy for me to be shredded because I've been literally the same weight for 10 years, and I'm just dialed in, you know. Like, I'm not trying to gain weight. I'm not trying to lose weight. That's why I try not to, you know, I could tell people what works for me, but no, stimulants, I don't know, man. Let's see, I fast, thank you. I'm actually very good at getting my fast right. I'm just looking for actual help with broken metabolism if it exists. So, how long do you fast for? And if you can make it to that 14-hour mark, your body starts excreting hormones that put you in what's called autophagy. And usually by then you're starting to metabolize your stored energy, fat, and your body starts scavenging like broken lipids, proteins, stuff in the blood that's not supposed to be there. It's actually a wonderful process. And if you do it over time, it'll lower your cholesterol. It's great for people that are diabetic. I try to, if you're going to do intermittent fasting, I think that really the only way to get anything of value out of it for people that are trying to lose a lot of weight is to really push yourself to that 18 to 20 hour mark, which leaves you with a 4 to 6 hour window which you can eat. Now, a lot of people think that you could still get fat with a 6 hour feeding window. You know, if I wait, let's say I give myself 4 hours to eat and I eat a tub of ice cream, you know, like, you know, Ukraine, what's up, Hyper? I'm coming to LA next week. Want to train? I'm in Vegas. Wrong L. How the hell did you get so big? It's all lighting, Ghost. Don't let it fool you. It's lies. I'm only 220 pounds. Uh, Fallout 3 Stim Pack. Hell yeah. There you go. Do you use non-stim pre-workouts? Yeah, so I take a mix. It's got, oh, I don't have the list in front of me. It's got like L-citrulline, arginine, taurine. You know what? I'll go grab it. So this company's called Force Factor, but I don't really care about the brand so much as the ingredients. And I can mix this myself. I have all these from bulk supplements if I want to make these myself. But this has got L-citrulline, L-norvaline, L-glycine, creatine, vitamin B6, vitamin B3, B12. B3 is nice and it's a vasodilator. Citrulline's a vasodilator. Most of these will promote lower blood pressure, higher blood flow, and that's good for, of course, hypertrophy because it's getting nutrients where they need to be. The number one killer of men over the age of 40, 50, especially if you're on PEDs, is high blood pressure. What can happen over time is that your body will create excess red blood cells. It can also spike your triglycerides and LDL cholesterol, which all that contributes to high blood pressure. And over time, it's really hard on your organs. It can really kill you. It can murder your kidneys, amongst other things. There's a lot of things that can cause. So just monitoring your blood pressure. We have a blood pressure monitor, and I check it. I was checking it daily, but I got to get a new one. That one seems to be broken. But I try to keep what I look for is like 120 over 70 is your target. That's like perfect. That's bullseye blood pressure. Most days I'm in that 120 to 130. I'm never over 80. Now when you're training, your blood pressure spikes. When you got that much weight on your back, you will spike into like stroke zone. You'll be like 180 over 90 for a minute or two. And that's really hard on the body. But they were joking around and saying, do you do any cardio? Well, yeah, you got to do cardio, even if it's just walking around the block. Walking is actually highly underrated as a form of cardio that can help people lose weight. And it's low impact, and it's not going to really mess with your gains. But you want to work that cardiovascular system, and then of course there's diet. There's things you can do diet to mitigate the effects of PED use on the body. This is just something I take. It doesn't have any stimulants in it. There's no caffeine. There's no weird whatever the hell that shit was. I try to stay away from that stuff. Coffee, you can argue, well, coffee's not that great for you. I think coffee's got a lot of benefits, especially if you drink it black. It's got a ton of antioxidants in it. Oxidative stress is also a big thing with PED use. So if you can find something to mitigate oxidative stress, aka antioxidants, there's different teas we drink. There's just a lot of things you can do, and it'll help to counter. You want to research what the adverse side effects are and then try to counter them. Like I get blood every 6 weeks. I get my blood done every 6 weeks, both my physical and for my hormone levels. So I monitor everything. How's the pump? Yeah, I'm doing squats. So I guess I should check my legs out, huh? Let's get the good lighting. I don't know. Not too bad. I was looking at some older pictures of me, and I really feel like I had monster quads. And because lately people have been saying I have chicken legs, and I was looking at some older pictures, and I'm like, man, I used to have some really big fucking quads, and I'm not doing anything different. So, and my legs are stronger than they've ever been. Like, I just hit 580 with like it was nothing. I have people tell me I need to do leg work while I'm doing legs. It's like, what do you want from me? So I don't know why my legs are so much smaller than they used to be. I don't know if it's just, maybe it's because I've just been hammering the shit out of them and they're just getting, I don't know. Speed walking, yeah. DMHA doesn't cause blood pressure issues. Well, I got the, I was looking at the WebMD page, which usually links to peer-reviewed stuff. I mean, WebMD's, what you want to do is you want to look for studies that have actually been done, like peer-reviewed studies, like actual published studies on compounds. So the first thing I'm going to look at is the citations of this, and so I'm going to view the references, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This has over 100 references. All of them are peer-reviewed, and they have all the abstracts with them. So what I can say is that this is probably going to be good information. But then we're looking at the summary here. Dimethyl exylamine. I'm thinking of the molecular compound here. So you got a dimethylamine. That's like phenylalanine, but it's got a dimethyl. So structurally similar to DMAA. Let's see, obesity conditions. Let's see, 1,3 DMA, 1,4 DMA, ostarine. They're not the same, so you can't confuse them with those. So what we want to do is they currently have no peer-reviewed information for side effects for this compound, so that's concerning. So that means that any information that you're getting about this compound from the dietary companies is not studied. You know, there's been no scientific research done on it, so it's anecdotal. So if you buy this compound from the company and it says no side effects, it doesn't raise your heart pressure, it's like special precautions and warnings. It says it's possibly unsafe, might cause side effects similar to dimethylamine, DMAA, but it's not the same, including heart attack and death. High blood pressure might have stimulant effects and increased blood pressure. Avoid use. Glaucoma, surgery. You don't want to interfere. You don't want to take it for interfering with surgery. All right. Arrhythmia. Moderate interactions. Dosing. Speak with the healthcare. So it doesn't have a reliable information to know what the appropriate dose is. So if I had to guess, I would say, based on what's published on this, they don't know enough about it to say, like, they haven't aggregated enough research to say if it's good or bad. So you might be right, it might not cause blood pressure issues, but I'd just be careful because there's nothing published on it. It'd be interesting to check it out, though. I don't know why people hate so much about PED. Yeah, it's very ideological. Like, people are either for or against it, and it's turned into like I can kind of see why, because for many, many years, people made a good living on YouTube claiming to be 100% natural while being on an enormous amount of drugs, and then on top of that, trying to sell programs and supplements and all sorts of things, stating to young men who are starting to work out that if you take my liver or whatever, you're going to look just like me. Ha ha. Okay, first let's talk about genetics. Do you even have the genetics to look like that guy? Second, do you work out as hard as he does? You're going to tell me, like, if you follow Jay Cutler's workout routine, you're going to look like Jay Cutler? Well, probably not. Third, like, how long's he been? There's so much. If people just come out and say, like the Liver King. Liver King's a good example. Nobody who worked out or was in the fitness community thought for a second that guy was natural. But he was attached to a very reputable supplement line that was good supplements. The ancient, what was the name of that company? They were very good supplement line. They did like, they basically had powdered organs, with organ, like, especially if you're like, if you do carnivore diet or keto, it can be very hard to get proper nutrients, and that was an excellent supplement that was worth the money. But since the Liver King attached his name to it, it pretty much, killed the sales of that. I think he sold his share of the company. But for the longest time, what he was selling gave the impression that if you just ate organ meat, you could look like him, and he was 100% natural, and his diet was anabolic. And tell me that's not exactly what he was saying. And then you find out that not only does he take PEDs, but he takes so many that, like, it makes the rest of us look like we're all a bunch of fucking drug addicts. Like, now you're thinking, like, wow, I got to take all that to look like this dude who has a mediocre build. Like, I don't even think he looked that good. Like, I am on a minuscule amount compared to what that guy was taking. I couldn't even afford his stack. Like, that would cost more than my mortgage. So, the point being is, if you were just honest about it, if you would have said, yeah, I take PEDs, but this is a really awesome supplement. Like, Rich Piana, he had his, he sold some supplements that were basically meal replacements. And they had good nutrition. They were very high quality supplements that you could take, mass gainers, food replacements, meal replacements. But he straight up said, look, this is just food. It's for convenience. You don't like eating fucking whatever, what do they call those? The orange potatoes, the fucking yams. Yams are disgusting, but they're good for you. Well, there's yams here. It's easy. You just put it in a shake. Awesome. But he never was pretentious or lied about it and said, if you take this stuff, you're going to look like me. He said, no, I'm on a mountain of steroids, and what I take will probably kill you. Like, I can respect that. You know what I mean? Avocados are growing on me. I'm a Midwestern boy, and when I first came out to California, God, it pissed me off. Avocados were on everything. I hated it. All right. This is it. This is for all the tea in China people. This is the last time I'm going to do squats before a competition. Yeah, avocados are growing on me. I thought they were gross. I thought they were slimy. I like guacamole. And over the years, I've kind of like avocados. They're pretty good. Rich Piana had the 5% nutrition, guys. Vinegar's really good for you, especially if you're prone to kidney stones. I guess apple cider vinegar is I don't know the reason why apple cider vinegar is better than, like, say, red wine. I just know vinegar is acetic acid. At the end of the day, that's the acidic compound. For all the poor kids in the world. I'm with you, but only 225 pounds. Avocado toast with sprouts. Yeah. Well, see, if you put avocados with lime and lemon, you might as well then throw some cilantro on top of it, and maybe a little bit of chili powder, and bam, you got guacamole. 359 straight muscle. Nice. Big boy. Avocado and mashed up chickpeas. I do like hummus. Did you know hummus is a complete amino acid profile? It's got all the amino acids, the essential amino acids. Since you eat so much eggs, what's your favorite way to eat them? My favorite way? Let's see, I like egg drop soup. I like egg foo young. I love omelets. Sometimes I like them sunny side up with just especially the steak. Oh. I would say the most common way I eat them is I hard boil them, but there's this brand of tortilla chips. I can't think of the name of it. They're lightly seasoned, not like a Dorito. But when the bag's empty, it's got all those crumbs in the bottom. I'll pour those in a bowl, and then I take the egg and I'll dip it in the crunchies, so it kind of coats it a little bit, and that's how I eat them. Uh, you know what's funny? They did a study on drinking eggs raw, and it turns out that cooking them makes the protein more bioavailable. So essentially, if you drink a raw egg, you can get about 50% of the protein to absorb into your body. But if you cook them, you can get 80%. So it's actually better to cook your eggs. It's more bioavailable protein. It makes the nutrients more easily absorbable. And that's what sets man apart from monkeys. We can cook our food. That's how we got them big old brains. In the afterlife, I'm headed for some serious strife. All right, here we go. Let's do this. I gotta get on the road. I should have left an hour ago. It don't really matter. It just means I'm gonna get into Utah late. I only have to go for one day. They wanted me to show up at this dinner with all the other safety managers, and they know I don't drink. So my boss was hinting at me being the designated driver, and I'm like, yeah, I'll pass. Get my head right, guys. Oh, get this back here. Where the fuck did it go? Oh shit, I don't know what I did with it. Alright, I don't need it. Give me a second, I'll be right back. Lightweight. This is easy. It's 5 pounds more than last time. Can he do it? So here's the deal. I'm going to try to bury the first one, obviously. If the weight gets heavier and I don't hit depth, I'm going to keep going anyways, because you get more out of, like, even if you if you're doing sets of squat and you're going for strength training and you aren't weak, or if you start losing strength and you can't hit like below parallel, crank them out anyways. Just keep going, because the volume will pay off, because it'll trickle down, and then the next time you hit them, you'll be able to do a little bit more, if that makes sense. So don't sell yourself short if you're not able to, bury each one, all of them. Just keep cranking them out. You'll get way stronger, way faster. A lot of people on YouTube, like, I'll do a set and, like, say the last two are a little short. They'll be like, those don't count. I'm like, I don't know, but you keep going anyways. Because that volume adds up, and you'll get way stronger, way faster. Does that count as cardio? Hey, let me ask you a question. Ian, the answer is yes. Short answer is yes. 600 pounds. I know the last couple were probably high, but fuck it, you know what I mean? I was thinking about doing one more, and I'm like, I gotta be able to re-rack this thing. Holy shit. How do you get out of breath from those? Well, okay, here's what you do, Ripper. Put like how much do you weigh? I want you to put 3 times your body weight on a squat bar. And then walk out, get set, and then hold your breath, and then do reps. And you tell me, after you've done maybe 1 or 2 or 3, if you're not out of breath. It's just a question. Like, how is he out of breath when he's got 3 times his body weight on there and he just did a set of 5? Supreme Voyager, thank you. So, the title of my channel is Gen X Power, World's Strongest Marine. And if you look at my description, it claims pound for pound. What they do in powerlifting is they use what's called DOTS. It's a mathematical computation, an algorithm that computes percentage of body weight times the amount of weight you lifted. So that way, like a guy like me, I weigh 220. I can compete against Eddie Hall, who's 400 pounds when he broke the deadlift record. And now I have an age modifier because I'm over the age of 40, and that's called the McCulloch calculation. So it's DOT score with an age modifier. That puts me at a 510 DOT score on record. So anything over 400 is considered competitive. You can go to Worlds, you can go to Nationals. Anything over 450 is considered elite, and anything over 500 is considered international elite. So I'm ranked number 1 in the world for my weight and age. Now, I did a search. I looked at the Marine Corps powerlifting team, and it's not really fair, and I'll tell you why. Guys on active duty don't have time to train like this. And they have some strong guys. They have a couple of guys that can pull over 600 pounds. They also have to maintain body weight, because in the service you have weight standards. You can't just get huge. So it's not fair to compare myself to active duty Marines, because they don't have time to train like me. So I can easily say I'm the world's strongest Marine. There's not an active duty Marine that can come even close to my score. But how do I stack up against guys that aren't in active duty anymore? And I've scoured the internet and I have not found one single person that power lifts that has a score as high as mine. So if you guys know of any Marines, either currently in service or veterans, and they are stronger than me or even come close, I would love to. I want to meet them. I would gladly give my title up as world's strongest Marine if I meet somebody that's stronger than me, and I'd love to talk to them. So that's almost like an invitation. I thought by now somebody would have like called me out on that name. Like, you're not the strongest Marine, and I'm like, well, who's stronger? Oh, no, seriously, someone is. I'm sure of it. Okay, but who? Like, where is he? I want to meet him. You don't know anybody, Ian. I don't believe you for a second. No, trust me. You can look online on the records. It's Powerlifting Watch, openpowerlifting.org, and it's got all the records going back to like the 60s. All the federations, if there's records, they're aggregated there, and you can compare yourself to other lifters going all the way back. And I looked at my all-time ranking for my weight class, and I'm in the top 15. I'm in the top 20 for masters lifters for, I want to say all weight classes this year. So that includes like the big guys and the smaller guys. Because some of the smaller guys, like you said, there's this 145-pound guy who can deadlift 600 pounds. And you say, well, you deadlift more than him, but he weighs 145 pounds. Like, his strength to weight ratio is insane. Yeah, so that's the other thing. So Supreme Voyager, that you pointed that out, a lot of jarheads actually go into like calisthenics training, like the guys that do like burpees and insane cardio. And you know, there's an argument to be made that that's a different kind of strength. And those, if we were comparing that, they would be stronger than me for sure. Which is why I'm careful to specify powerlifting. Because there's one guy, there's like a strongman competitor, and I think he's a jarhead. And he probably would be strong. He's definitely got a bigger deadlift than me. I don't know about his squat. But he doesn't compete in powerlifting, so it's like, okay. Oh, Brian Stan, that's awesome. Yeah, I knew who that is. Yeah, so Ian, what they're talking about total, the end of the competition to determine who's the strongest, they total up all three lifts. That's why you hear guys say you're in the 1,000-pound club. You have three lifts: deadlift, squat, bench, and if your total is over 1,000 pounds, you're in the 1,000-pound club. Well, I'm in the 1,600 club, soon to be 1,700. Oh man, I fucking nailed that shit. Now I wish my depth was a little better on those last ones, but I fucking hit that for 5 reps. Now I gotta get my knee sleeves off. Shit. These knee sleeves are horrible. They're the best knee sleeves on the market, for sure, for squatting. But they are impossible to get off. Ah! Well, that actually kind of came out pretty easy that time. I'm cramping up. Cramping up, babe. These are Helix knee sleeves. There's no better knee sleeve on the market if your goal is to squat more. But they are fucking uncomfortable. They'll cut your circulation off. They hurt. Oh, you're not a little guy, Supreme Voyager. You have a 270-pound bench. So Wait, how much do you weigh? 207? And you have a two... Dude, a 270-pound bench is awesome. What are you talking about? Now, if you want to get that up to 3 plates, that's fucking doable. You're in the top 5% of strength on the planet if you have a 270-pound bench. You know, I mean, don't let YouTube will shit all over your accomplishments. You get online and it looks like everybody's benching 5 plates. It's like, oh, how do I compete with that? Trust me, they're not. 270, that's a fucking bench right there. That's a good bench. Yeah, you can start lifting at 16. My wife's telling me to drink water. Does calisthenics twice a day? Or you're asking Men of Action. Oh, Men of Action. Yeah, I subscribe to him. He's awesome. The only thing I don't like about his channel, though, is he takes the trolls a little too seriously. I wish he would lighten up a little. I hate to see guys get upset when guys make fun of you. It's like, it's the internet. It's going to happen. You got to roll with it. You know what I mean? Like, I wish he was a little more, lighten up a little. But other than that, dude, he's got bad. I like his content. He's oof, I'm hurt. That's the last squat, guys. I'm done before competition. So, I hit that for 5 reps. Let's just take let's take a look at the calculator here real quick before I get offline. Let's see, squat. All right. You can get a rough estimate of your 1 rep max using a calculator, and it's usually pretty close, like 5 pounds. So, I'm 50 years old. I don't know why age matters. Body weight, 220. We're going to go with squat. Lift, 600. Repetitions, 5. I'm in the elite. Your strength level for squat is elite. We estimate that your 1 rep max is 675 pounds. You're stronger than 99.95% of male lifters in your age weighing 220. I didn't say it, they're saying it. For my age, anything above 477 is considered elite. How did we calculate this? Compared to all male lifters, we estimated that your 1 rep max is 675.1 as you lifted 600 for 5 repetitions, and compared you to other male lifters who tested the strength level. Result, stronger than 99.8%. Adjust for age. Adjusting for your age at 50, this corresponds to a 758.2 pound age-adjusted lift max. Result, stronger than 99.97%. Adjust for body weight. We then compared you to other lifters at a body weight of 220 pounds to find your relative strength. Results, stronger than 99.95%. Find strength level boundary. Your strength level is elite. I already knew that, but it's nice to hear. Thank you, computer. You're making me blush. Aw, you. Chancellor Palpatine, great name. Currently working on my heavy squat in hopes of helping increase my bench PR. Yes, it makes a lot of sense, Supreme Voyager, and I'm glad you said it, because I say it and people look at me like I'm on crack. How do I get my bench up? Do you squat? No. Should I squat? Well, how's that going to help? My legs are benching is my arms. Your body's a system. Tristan, what's up? How much you're squatting in Supreme? That was 600. I hit it for 5 reps. Although, if I'm being 100% honest. Okay, let's think about this. So the camber bar moves the weight forward, which makes it, you sit back a little bit, which makes the squat more quad dominant. Does that compensate for the fact that the last 2 squats I probably was a little, like a ½ inch shy of depth? I wonder. But Yeah, I hit it for 5 reps, but the last 2 were probably a little high. I didn't feel like I buried them. I'll have to look at the video later when it lets me replay it. Trial and error, baby. I always say, like, honestly, like, for people that are stuck and, we just go to the gym for fun, right? If you're not training to compete, you're just going to work out, right? You're not doing it for a living. But there's something to be said for following a program for like 6 months, like the starting strength 5x5. I mean, I'm telling you right now, you got a 270-pound bench, and you do like starting strength 5x5 for 6 months. It's 5 barbell lifts: bench press, squat, deadlift, overhead press, barbell row. And you just do that. It doesn't even need to be for 6 months. It could be like, maybe 3. And it's gonna really catch you up. Your bench is going to get bigger. It's going to keep you in a rep range that's going to improve your 1 rep max without you having to max out. Because as your rep range goes up, your max goes up with it, right? You don't need to max out. So it's going to condition you, and it's going to push you past that plateau. And I think you're going to really, really like where you're at just by following a little bit of a rigid program. And it's simple and it's easy. It's linear progression. And then once you're done with that, you can then branch off and do whatever you want. I'm just a big fan of like guys that feel like they're stuck, just doing, following a little bit of rigidity, Did you go low through all the reps? No, Mike, I think I was a little high on the last couple, but still, that's 600 fucking pounds. I hit it 5 times. I was close enough. Blumpkin, that's an awesome name. If for anybody who doesn't know what a blumpkin is, I probably shouldn't say it on YouTube. You're getting there to trust the process. Yeah, exactly. I like to take every single advantage away from my lifts. Yes, but when you're going heavy, sometimes, I don't know, it gets dangerous. Like, so I don't know, were you here? Did you watch me walk out? Like, the walkout was tenuous. When I took that first step, I was off a little bit, and I could feel my femur peg into my hips. So I had to make an adjustment and then straighten up and then take baby steps. And then I got my feet into place. And the last thing I did is I tightened everything down. I took a big, deep breath and got super rigid. And then I went into the squat. Now I did my 5 squats, bam, 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 and now the other part is walking it back into the rack and make sure I'm on the hooks. If I miss that hook, I'm dumping 600 pounds, and I'm in the way of the fulcrum. So it's hazard. It's a very hazardous lift. Like, I could kill myself with that weight. So it's like, that's the one thing I don't like about squats. It's like deadlift, 600 pounds, you pick it up or you don't. You bench press, you got the hooks, you can land the weight on the hooks. Squat, it's a 3-part lift. You gotta walk that fucker out. That's half your workout right there. Then you gotta go down and up and then back into the rack. It's like, holy shit. Yeah, and it's hard for me because of my limitations, Mikey. I've had the back injury, so I'll even, like, when I go to the competition, I'll usually talk to the spotters. When I go out there, I say, okay, guys, I've got damage from a previous injury, so this is going to look scary when I walk it out. I can assure you I have it, but just stay close. And they're like, okay, because if I don't tell them, and I walk that weight out and they see me all over the place, they're like, holy shit, this guy's going to dump it. And I'm not. I got it. I got it. All right, guys, I got to get my ass on the road to Utah. I have to run to the store first because my wife needs some groceries. So I'm going to get that going, and I'm going to ski-daddle. Thanks for being here. This is definitely a PR. I have never hit that much weight for that many reps in my entire life. So when I can produce a short, it's going on my PR list. You just watched a 50-year-old man hit a fucking lifetime PR. I'll see you guys on the battlefield. I'm benching on Friday. Love you guys. Thank you. I really appreciate it.